How's it going, guys? Okay, so today we are going to be running through the deadlift. I'm going to take you through to the gym and I'm going to basically talk you through exactly what we need to be doing, what we need to be looking out for, and how to perform the deadlift perfectly. Well, I wouldn't say perfectly. I don't think you can ever get a perfect deadlift, but the best way possible for you to perform the exercise with minimum chance of injury. Okay, so let's get stuck in, guys, and have a look, and let's nail some deadlifts. Okay then, guys, so first thing you need to look for when completing a deadlift is you want to get your feet about shoulder width apart, and you want to step up to the bar and be maximum of an inch away. The closer that bar is to your body, the better it's going to be for you to drive the bar away from the floor with minimum chance of injury. So you can see here I've frozen the clip. If you look at the angles of my hips, they're not in a squat position. If I was in a squat position, my chest and torso would be upright, nice and tall, but I'm actually more tilted forward with my body, but keeping a nice flat neutral spine. But you can see my hips are up and backwards. They're not down like I'm going to sit on a toilet. They're kind of tilted up and back. Now, as I start the clip, you can see how I drive away from the floor with my feet. I'm almost like I'm on a leg press and I'm pushing the machine. But as I do this, I'm bracing my core as tight as I can so that I can pull the bar away from the floor without my spine bending and I end up looking like a banana. Okay, so they're your first little tips that you want to try and get used to. Okay, so next part, you can see as I step up towards the bar, I'm doing a better angle now for you. You can see my feet are about shoulder width apart, as I said. My hands are just on the outside of my shins. I'm doing this for a reason. I don't want my hands scraping up the front of my legs when I perform the deadlift because it will just be uncomfortable and get in the way. So you can see my hands are just on the outside of my shins, making sure that that's nice and clear. You can see that my head's still nice and neutral and straight. I'm not looking directly up. I'm just keeping my spine as straight as I can. Okay, and then watch out here as the clip kicks back in. You'll see that I push away from the floor, okay, to pull myself to the top. Okay, you can see that if I need to regrip, then I can regrip, but keeping myself as strong as I can, not letting myself bend at all throughout the movement. Then I'm keeping the bar going up nice, vertical and straight the entire time throughout the lift. Alright, one more angle for you guys. So take note, recognize how high my hips are compared to my knees. They're not at parallel like you would be when you're squatting. They are arched slightly up. Why? Because I want my hamstrings to be activated. Okay, because I'm driving my hips through as a push away from the floor. So if I pause the clip here, you can see that at the top of the deadlift, my chest is slightly puffed out. That's because I'm finishing and completing the rep at the top here. Now, I'm not fully hyperextended at the top. I'm not arching backwards. You do not want to be doing that. You want to be getting to the top, and then once you've completed the rep, just by getting a bit of a puffy chest, that's when you can take the bar back down. But here is also a point, guys. A lot of people argue as to where you should breathe on a deadlift. Personally, this is where I say you should breathe. Why? Because you've got the best chance of sucking in the most oxygen to then protect your spine. So breathing in and out at the top when you need to is pretty important. Alright, so I hope you guys found that useful. Obviously, remember, when you are doing the deadlift, focus on keeping everything as tight as you can. It is super important that you just keep yourself braced so it protects your spine as much as you possibly can. And remember, the number one rule of a deadlift is if it doesn't feel right, don't lift it. Okay? So be careful, guys. Get out there, start practicing your deadlifts as Eddie Hall, the Beast. Says it takes 5,000 reps for you to get anywhere near a decent deadlifter. Okay, so what I mean by that is you're gonna have to do 5,000 reps before you get good at it. Okay, and that doesn't mean you're gonna be a world's strongest man. That means you're just gonna get good at deadlift. Okay, so work hard, guys, keep pushing it, and let's see you on the other side.